Hi, I'm Faith Pinot from LA Times Studios in Washington, D.C. Here's some of today's top stories from the Los Angeles Times. President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth declared an end to what they're calling woke culture in the U.S. military. According to reporters, hundreds of admirals and generals were abruptly summoned to Quantico, Virginia, Tuesday. They watched as Hegseth rolled out new directives, announcing gender-neutral or, quote, male-level physical standards, as well as looser rules on discipline and hazing. He said any leaders who oppose the changes should resign. Trump followed his speech, praising U.S. nuclear power while slamming his predecessor, President Biden, saying the military must be so strong that no nation dares to challenge America. Hegseth also said diversity and gender quotas have weakened the force, vowing to scrap many of those policies. But some critics point out those same policies were put in place to support and protect soldiers in an effort to address things like bullying, toxic leadership, and suicides in the ranks. Hegseth's hardline message comes as Washington faces a potential government shutdown and as he continues to shake up the Pentagon with sudden cuts and firings at the highest levels. And in other news, a second detainee has died after being shot during last week's attack on a Dallas immigration field office. Family members announced that Miguel Ángel García-Hernández was removed from life support Tuesday. The 32-year-old father was one of 3 detainees shot on September 24th. One man died at the scene and another was critically injured. Authorities say the gunman, 29-year-old Joshua Jean, fired from a nearby rooftop before fatally shooting himself. He was allegedly targeting ICE agents, though no federal officers were hurt. Police say he hated the U.S. government and wanted to incite violence. The shooting has shaken immigrant communities across the country, many of which are already on edge over heightened enforcement. Family members of Garcia-Hernández say he was a loving father, husband, and sole provider for his kids, and that he was soon expecting the birth of his 5th child. That's it for now. To read these stories and more, be sure to subscribe to the LA Times.